I'm JB Bryan, President and Chief Investment Officer of JB Bryan Financial Group, the home of AfroEconomics, a strategic financial management program designed for the advancement of Black wealth in America and abroad. Yes, indeed. And today we're talking about how you can fulfill your financial dreams. Yes, we can. Every day, I got to get up, get hyped, and make sure that I accomplish what I want to accomplish before my time runs out, which could have been yesterday, but God had mercy on me, and I'm still here. I don't think that we should take any time for granted, which is one of the strategies that I am suggesting that you know that people that are mega rich do not take time for granted because they know that time is more valuable than money. So, but my first tip, we'll get back to time. We have some time still. So my first tip is to decide to develop in your mind that it is possible to be a multi-millionaire. Because when you research millionaires, now Fidelity did this research for me, and they found out that over 40% of the millionaires feel that $1 million is not enough. You know, when I'm saying millionaire doesn't mean that they made $1 million. That means that their assets minus their liabilities gave them a net worth of $1 million or more. So they have $1 million in worth. Now, a lot of people think they're a millionaire because they got $1 million worth of debt. That doesn't make you a millionaire. Assets minus liabilities, millionaires, they said it's just not enough. They said it needs to be somewhere near $10 million. So we're talking about multiple millions of dollars that we need in order to feel financially great, right? So we got to get our mind right. You got to start looking at some zeros. You got to start writing it down and saying, yes, it is possible to go from zero to a whole bunch of zeros, decimal, ... Yes, that you have to believe it first. You have to have a multi-million-dollar imagination thought process. One day my daughter woke up and she said, Mom, I had this dream. And we had this huge house and this great big swimming pool outside. I said, baby, that wasn't a dream. That was our future, sweetie. She was like, really? I was like, I'm telling you, you are seeing it. She saw it. You have to capture it, especially in our young people. When they see it, you know what I'm saying? You have to say yes. I remember too many times when I was young and I would see it and I'd say, I remember I said I want to be a bank president. And I remember somebody saying, nah, you ain't gonna be that. Isn't that something? When I started the first Black-owned registered investment advisory firm in my area, because God said, we're going past banking, we're going all the way to investing. Amazing, right? But it is what it is. But it's amazing what you can say as a young person. Thank God that I didn't accept their doubt in me as truth. I remember my father telling me I can do anything I want. I said, Dad, I want people to remember the name of my business. The name of my business is JB Bryan Financial Group. I want to go by JB Bryan. No. So many people say that I go by JB Bryan because I want people to think it's a man. What in the world? I am proud of what God made me. I'm a woman, a Black woman I am. There's no secret to it. I don't want anybody to do business with me or come to see me by mistake. I remember that when I worked at a firm. And people would say, well, I go by Jennifer, and they come to see Jennifer, and they would be shocked. They had this look of shock, like she's Black. I was the only Black broker they had. But I don't want that. I want you to know exactly who I am. But they call it transparency. Yes, I'm transparent. JB Bryan, that's me. But my dad said if Snoop Doggy Dogg can be Snoop Doggy Dogg, you could be JB Bryan, and that was it. But you would be amazed at how much I had to fight for people to call me by my name. That is amazing, amazing. But you have to get in your mind that you can be and accomplish anything that you want. So decide to be a multimillionaire. And then the second point is to get rid of that pole mentality. Stop thinking like you where you were. We got to stop thinking. Matter of fact, maybe it might be better if we just don't even remember what we went through for a while, because we just had to get caught up in it. I remember anything that happened, it would always trigger, I got to start thinking, talking about how miserable my life was, what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I mean, I have been through what I've been through. So let's celebrate where we are now. But sometimes people just love hearing the sad stories all the time. Well, it's not going to get us there. Let's get to multi-million first. Then let's go back and start telling them dumbass stories again of what they did, because they did it and they dumb. Excuse me. So what about a third one? Is to treat what you do like your responsibility to the world. Your shiny shoes. You shiny shoes. Now, I was reading a book the other day about Carter G. Woodson, Miseducation of the Negro. Now, matter of fact, no, I've read it several times. Love the book. Feel that every Black student should read the book. I'm listening to an audio because of my commute. You know, going into DC, listen to the audio. You know, want my daughter to understand this. That what was true back there in the 1930s when he wrote that is still true today. That we have to feel a sense of responsibility to each other. I feel responsible for you. I feel that I have to look out for you. That's what keeps me going. So when you feel like I can't go on, you can't go on for yourself, but you can go on for your family. You can go on for your community. You can go on for the world. You go on for this nation. I know that my presence will make this country and abroad a better place because of the commitment that I have to your individual financial success. Your financial success is vital to the continuation of your family, your life, your community, this world. You are that important. Yes, you are. And I have a responsibility to make sure that you achieve everything that you want to achieve if you allow me to help you. I have that. That keeps me going. It really does. You got to treat what you do like it's your duty, because if we just do anything for money, it's not enough to keep us going. Money will not motivate people. I know that my AfroEconomics team, especially my executive assistant, does what she does because of her commitment to and also believing in what I'm doing. I have to know that, because there's no way you can pay a person who is excellent enough. You can't pay them enough. I cannot pay her. I cannot pay my team enough. I can't even afford it. We'll never be able to afford it, because somebody caring about your vision and believing in your vision enough to get up and come in and help you each day. People might think, oh, wow, they're doing, I'm paying them all of this money and everything. You hear people talk about that all the time. I pay my people well. That does not get people up. People get up because they truly feel that they believe in what they do when they go to work, when they get there behind their desk. You know what I'm saying? So that is priceless. You have to, so you're as an entrepreneur, as an employee, you're looking at yourself as an enterprise, and you have to believe how important it is for you to see that what you do is making a difference in the world. Even if you have an idiot for a supervisor, you have to believe that your purpose is bigger than that. It goes way beyond that, because God will move them out of your way so that you can get to where you got to get. I have seen him do it. I have seen him do it. You feel like I got to get to here, and the next thing you know, he's got you way over there. You know what I'm saying? You looking at this level, and God's got a whole different level for you, because you got a commitment that goes farther than where your current position is. Thank you so much. All of y'all participating, thank you so much for participating. Even the person who called in on the phone line, thank you. So surround yourself with multi-millionaires. like say you're studying, you're in AfroEconomics. You're studying this stuff with me. You're taking the time to read the AfroEconomics book. You're in there, you're doing it. You are surrounding yourself with multi-million-dollar mindset people. Even if we don't have a multi-million dollars, we know that we are positioning ourselves to have more money than we ever imagined from the activities and the settings that we find ourselves in. That's why the November Black Business Owners Workshop is so important, because we need to be in a setting of people who have a like mind and a like commitment to what you're doing, you know, to their businesses, they're just committed to business ownership, Black business ownership, bettering Black businesses and what they do and serve and what they bring to the community. And then we have a chance to just motivate each other and support one another and bust some of those stereotypes out of the way, that yes, indeed, we can help each other. Yes, indeed, we can provide excellence and bring excellence to the world. That's what it's about. So we want to surround ourselves with like-minded, multi-millionaire minded people. We want to work. If you want to, you have to work like you're a multi-millionaire, and then work, you know, why do we think or kid ourselves into believing that if you just think hard enough, these things will be drawn to you? You know, if you think about, we cannot afford to buy into that misnomer and lie that just thinking about being good is going to make you good. You attract to you these things from the work and the fruits of your work. The fruits of your labor will attract to you what you want. So you got to work like you already have it, like if you want to keep it. Any multimillionaire will tell you that the hardest part is keeping it. So even if it's like, that's why you see a lot of winners, people that win the lottery end up being broke, because they don't know anything about the process of getting to that position. So it just slips away from them. And the saddest part is to go from being mega rich and go down to being broke again. Oh my goodness, that don't even feel good. That don't even feel good. I was watching Mike Tyson the other day, and he was talking about that. He was like, oh, I'm just so glad that my wife loves me, and you know, I don't have no money. I probably won't be as rich as I was before ever again. He got it. I wanted to jump through the screen and tell him, Mike, you can do anything you want to do. Because he was such in a good place spiritually. We have to use our good place spiritually to bring us to, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I see how he started taking advantage of not allowing people to suck him dry anymore. Got rid of the drugs and the badness in his life. He got that multi-million-dollar mindset. And I know one thing, he got a lot more money than a lot of people, because he wasn't going to work every day. He was still living off the fruits of his labor. And I bet he puts in time every day to keep it. So that's when we want to work like a multi-millionaire. That means we got to be working smart, and working smart very hard. Putting in a lot of effort of being smart. Exactly. And treating your time as more valuable than money. Because that's a multi-million-dollar mindset of realizing that your time is valuable, and that you have to be very careful how you spend your time, and how valuable it is to have someone to help you be more effective with your time. So be conscious of that you have to develop that. You can't afford to waste time when we're in the stage of trying to get to where we want to be. So then we want to also, a 6th point, if I'm doing it correctly, that we want to make sure that we are investing instead of spending. You know, like you'll see some people, they'll buy like a purse and they'll go, oh, this is an investment piece, you know? You just mean that it's a purse, you're gonna keep it for a long time. Because if you try to sell that purse, 10 years from now, that purse will never be, even if you can get what you got out of it, you got no return. You know what I'm saying? That is not an investment. I'm gonna break it to you easy. You know, you can call it an investment piece all you want. That's not an investment. It's something that you want to generate income from. That person's got to pay you. You know what I'm saying? At least, you know, that it's got to do something for you. Maybe if you get that purse and you rent it out and you turn it into a business where you rent purses out so women can also walk around with expensive purses and they're just renting it to you. I saw that like on a movie or something where this girl was renting. Remember that? And Jennifer Hudson was the character, and she was renting purses, you know, from someone. The person she was renting the purse from, yes, they are making an investment when they buy the expensive purse. That renter that's renting the purse knows not making an investment, but it's a lot cheaper than actually buying the purse like that person. But that is a simplification of making sure that every dime you spend is indeed an investment. So investments, spending, not spending, and starting to invest would be more like you buy cars because they help you haul wood to people and you sell wood for a living. Or you buy a minivan because you charge people and you work at Uber, you know, and you want to do groups of Uber, or you use your car for Uber and you want a nice looking car for Uber, but at least you're getting some income from that car. You buy a house, you rent out a room, you have a duplex, then you're spending money, but you're also getting investment income from it. So that's more the investing. You buy an airplane, then you use the airplane because you want to do 2 shows a day, or you want to be able to get to places quicker, or you want to be able to take your staff with you for a more cost-effective price, you know, what that, or you have better security because you need to keep yourself alive, you know, but you're making investments. And so, but you might look to other people like, oh, you're just buying things. Now, there is a point where we cannot assume that every multimillionaire has makes wise choices financially, but we're talking about the person who's trying to get there. We're trying to get there, and these are the things that we have to do in order to get there. So, and don't believe everything you see. Don't believe the hype. So a lot of stuff people might have, and it's at their house, and they're coming and they're doing rags to riches story, and the person has like 20 Ferraris and stuff like that. Don't sleep on the fact that Ferrari might have asked them to put the car in their driveway, in their garage, because Ferrari wants to be included so that the average person will want a Ferrari. They want the Ferrari to be wanted. Then the Porsche will say, can you keep my car here for that? So their promoter goes around and calls all these places and says, we want to, you know, do you want your car included on how this person lives? And they don't even, you go back and they go like, nah, I don't even have all those. I mean, there are some that do, but I'm just saying, everything is not always the way it appears. Can I get an amen? So then also, I want to also share, after I was on making sure that you're investing, avoid spending, is to finally create multiple sources of income. Now, y'all heard me talk about that before, and that's a key. I'm doing a workshop for the small women and minority business office is doing a workshop for business owners, and a key part of my presentation is on increasing the value of your business. And a key part of that is you can increase the value of your business, your life, yourself, by having more than one source of income. If you just go to one job, you know the risk that you're under. You know that what will happen. That's it works with the same logic. If 2 people buy a house together based on one income, their likelihood of foreclosure will be much lower. 2 people buy a house together based on 2 incomes, you know, so you got this big payment, and one of the 2 lose a job, it's going to be a lot harder for them to keep that payment made, correct? So you work that with your, like, you want the more sources of income that you have in your business, yourself personally. Yeah, that's why you'll see people will buy investment properties and they'll say it's going to generate income, and then they get in it and it doesn't. They need to know that the point of making an investment is to generate income or to increase in value over time. If that's not happening, that's a bad investment. So make sure that you realize the importance of how you're going to get to that next level is to make some wise investments. And then also, because even in your investment portfolio that we could set up, we have to realize that the point of that is to allow it to grow so that it will generate income growth for you over time. There'll be a point where you might need that investment for income, but when you're in the growth stage, you're allowing it to grow. Things should grow. They should be growing for you, generating income for you. You should be getting positive returns. You need to have multiple levels of income sources available to you to get to that next level that we desire. Correct? Yes, indeed. Well, I am JB Bryan, President and Chief Investment Officer at JB Bryan Financial Group, the home of AfroEconomics. I appreciate everything, y'all, today. I appreciate it. I appreciate you participating. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate everything. So make sure you keep in touch with me. Follow me at Twitter at AfroEconomics, on YouTube at AfroEconomics with JB Bryan, and also on Facebook. Definitely.